Hello, listener.
We're talking to you
With your headphones on. maybe you're out on a jog.
Yeah,
And
at
you're
the gym.
And you're lifting weights to Dreppenstone.
Yeah, one more rep.
Yep.
There you go.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Do us a favor real quick. We would love for you to tell someone about Dreppenstone.
Yeah.
Like officially tell someone about Dreppenstone. And not the people that like have already heard about it, but like somebody that, they listen to podcasts, but they haven't listened to Dreppenstone yet.
Right.
Help them level up in life and tell them about Dreppenstone.
Yeah. Slip into their DMs. Send them an episode.
Yeah, that's super easy.
Just, hey, give this a listen.
Yeah, there's a little share button. Find something that that person would like because we've probably talked about it. We've done over 300 episodes at this point.
Yeah.
I think we're in the 340s, Kyle.
Jeez.
I know.
Crazy.
That's all it takes.
Easy peasy.
And it does really good things to help the podcast.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Do me a favor, Kyle.
What's that?
Will you hit that intro music button?
I got you.
Hello and welcome to the Drep and Stone podcast, the podcast where two friends raise a glass and have a conversation. I'm Nick.
And I'm Kyle.
You know what I've started doing lately, Kyle?
What's that?
I started running more.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have a goal, and it's a lofty one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's upstairs.
Correct. That was funny. That got me. I don't know why. That was
Good
such
old
a dad
dad
joke.
joke.
And man, it got me.
Got him.
Got me.
Wasn't ready for it.
There's a 30K night race coming up pretty soon, and I want to try and do it.
Cool.
Yeah. You know how long 30K is?
6 5Ks.
That's correct.
Yeah.
A shit ton.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
So
that's what
that's
it says.
going to be like almost 30 miles?
It's like 18. It's still a lot.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost 20 probably.
Yeah. It's like 18.6 maybe, or 18.8, or I don't know. Yeah, who's counting
Gross.
at that point? Yeah. And it's a trail run. So like I think I'm going to do it.
Where is it?
It's about an hour away, Dade City area. And I'm going to try. I'd love to get those guys on the podcast. I think that'd be fun to talk to them. But I want to try it.
Cool.
And I think I'm going to ask a favor of you now on the pod so everybody can hear it.
Right.
I need a crew.
Gotcha.
I need somebody who's going to sit out and hand me electrolytes,
Gotcha.
hand me PB&Js,
Yep.
hand me a banana. And
Slap your ass as it goes by.
yeah, exactly. Maybe hand me a different pair of shoes.
Right.
Give me my diaper, that kind of thing.
Refill or give me a new.
Refill my diaper.
I got you.
Nasty.
Get you a fresh urinal bag.
There you go. Like, I'll provide you beer. All you got to do is just sit out there. I'll give you a cooler full of beer, and when I come by, you just ready to hand me something. Not a beer. I don't want a beer.
I'm gonna say like
No. You have the beer.
Okay.
That's what I'm giving you.
Oh,
You in?
okay.
You in?
Sure.
That's not the confidence I need.
Yeah.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Your face says differently. Come on, man.
When is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's just a trail, and you can just go do it whenever you want.
There is legitimate trail runs, and there is one in July, but like I think I want to do it on my own first. Like I don't want to do it officially with people. I need to try it myself.
At where they do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just we've actually been on that trail. We camped
cool.
out that way.
Cool. We'll make that happen. Would
Right.
we camp that night?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
yeah,
pretty
I'll
sure
just
we
sit
will.
around and drink beer while you're out running.
Yeah, literally. Here's your cigar, man.
Cool.
As I go out and die.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I hope you make it back.
I don't know where
If
you
you
are.
don't, I'm not carrying all this shit back to the car. That's on you, my guy.
Now, you remember that the place that we camped, not the one where we walked out to, but the other one we drove up to? Like, that's where they start.
Cool.
Anyway.
So you've started running again?
Yeah. And it's actually been really fun and challenging, and I've liked it.
I've started running again.
Have you?
Yeah.
Damn, great minds think alike.
We do this all the time.
We do. What sparked you to start running again?
Just summer bod. Got to get stuff under
Gotta
control.
That's tummy tight.
That burner,
Yeah.
it needed some attention, so
Yeah.
I'm lighting a fire under that one.
Good for you.
Yeah.
My current thought perspective is like I'm not trying to do anything for time, so I'm like not even really paying attention for time. I just want to do distance. So like actually in March I set a goal of running 50 miles, and I just squeaked it in.
Yeah.
Ran 50 miles in March. So I'm gonna do the same for April.
Cool.
We're here recording on April 8th or 9th, and I've run 3 miles. So
Good start.
Yeah, it's gonna go well. I did like 15 miles in the last 2 days of March.
Whew.
Yeah, but I did it.
You did it.
I did it.
That's all that matters.
Hey, you know what though?
What's that?
Can we drink something?
Yeah.
We're talking
Speaking
about
of running,
I was gonna say talk about getting healthy.
Yeah.
Let's drink something.
all for it.
Okay, what you got?
So I brought 2 bottles
Ooh,
of whiskey.
Whoa.
Of sour mash whiskey.
Oh,
So bourbon. Maybe not bourbon.
I don't know.
Is sour mash not considered? Yeah, I guess it is considered bourbon.
Interesting.
It's just sour mash whiskey. Kentucky sour mash whiskey. I've got 2 bottles here. They're both from the Michter's distillery.
Okay.
So had the opportunity to pick up the 2025 release of Shanks,
Yeah.
which is Michter's allocated
I did
sour
not
mash
know
whiskey.
that Shanks was Michter's.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's named Shanks because Shanks Homestead Sour Mash Whiskey honors the legacy of American whiskey figure John Shank, who in 1753 founded a distillery that was later to become known as Michter's in the 20th century. So that's where the
okay.
name comes from.
So founder.
Yeah. So I had never had Shanks. I had Michter's Sour Mash a long time ago, but didn't remember what it was. So since Shanks is a sour mash whiskey, I said I would really like to have Michter's regular sour mash whiskey, which can be a bit of a hard bottle to find sometimes. It's not always available. Wanted to have it just to be able to like compare those two, just to see like, all right, so what does the allocated version of this? Is there a discernible difference, kind of a thing? So just to do a little bit of whiskey investigation.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
But I have some questions.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have answers.
Okay.
Sour mash whiskey.
Yep.
What is it?
Sour mash whiskey is where you're taking a bit of the previous mash and adding that into the new mash.
Okay.
So it's like a little bit of there's a souring, I would suppose, because it's old mash.
Yeah.
That's where like the sour comes from. I don't think it really
So-
imparts.
So kind of like a sourdough starter.
Yeah.
Like we're just taking some of the yeast that's already like, hell yeah.
Already doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, why isn't this labeled as a bourbon?
I just assumed that maybe that process, just doing that, removes the bourbon moniker because the bourbon moniker is so specific. I think just that subtle of a change in the process is making it no longer be bourbon.
I've got some things.
What you got?
Okay. This says that sour mash whiskey, basically every major producer uses the sour mash process. Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Wild Turkey, Maker's Mark, Woodford Reserve, they use sour mash, the process. There's so the big difference is like sweet mash does not use that spent grain or that spent yeast in there. So most of them do. So why would Michter's not call it a bourbon? Unless the mash bill is not over 51% corn. I can't imagine that. I know Michter's does not disclose their mash bills.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't think so either. And then even if it's not, like if it's rye or if it's like whatever, like
You'd
still think you would call it.
Yeah.
Which, like
Maybe
Michter's
it's just-
American whiskey.
Maybe it's just their labeling. Like they want to sound different, even though they're all using the sour mash.
Possibly.
What I'm reading here says that if it says bourbon, because I guess Michter's does make a bourbon, then they're using new barrels. But if it doesn't say bourbon, they're probably using refill barrels. So that's probably the difference.
Okay.
Because generally the mash bill is like 79% corn, give or take.
Right.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew that.
Me neither.
Listen, man, we're like 6 years into this thing and we're just learning.
Learning shit like crazy.
Man, I love it. Okay, so back to what you were saying. We're going to try both of these and see if we can taste the difference.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
See what that does. See what these do to each other.
Okay.
Which one do you think you start with?
What are the ABVs?
ABV on the regular Michter Sour Mash is 86.
Okay. Shanks?
Shanks, it is 91.2.
Oh, so like no difference, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
5 points,
close. They're close.
I say we go with the regular first, and then we try the Shanks.
And see if the Shanks gives you a step up.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I like it.
We're going to do them back to back, or we're going to pour one now and pour one later?
I say we're doing back to back.
Okay, let's do it. You pour that one, I'll pour this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Woohoo!
All right, so we're going with regular Michter's.
Regular Michter Sour Mash. And like I said, I feel like Michter's has like a 4-bottle core lineup.
Yeah.
They have their bourbon,
Yep.
their American whiskey, their sour mash, and they're single barrel
br-
single barrel rye.
Let me ask you this: do you think their American whiskey and their bourbon are sour mash, or do you think that that's the distinction that we're making? It's a sweet mash.
You've already blown my mind.
I
to the
know.
point that I wouldn't even have a guess.
I don't either.
Like,
God, how are we learning new things?
I would think for them to put as a separate thing that it would be that
different. Yeah.
it's a different process.
Yeah,
But
I'm going to say that too. I don't know that for sure. All right, nosing.
Nosing it. Lovely sweet bourbon notes.
Yeah, I'm getting cream corn, like sweet cream corn. Like you took a can of cream corn and you dumped a cup of sugar in there.
I get a lot of brown sugar.
You dumped a lot of brown sugar in there.
On some cream corn.
Yeah, that's fantastic nose.
Yeah. Little floral, like
Yeah.
rosy.
Yeah. I'm like it's toffee in the bottom of one of those church ladies that has a lot of perfume on.
Yeah.
But she's in the other room, so like you just get like a whiff.
But you can smell it.
You know she's there.
Mothballs and all.
Chanel number 2. Not even number 5. Number 2.
White diamonds.
That's it. That's what Elizabeth Taylor shit.
Yeah, it smells great.
It smells great.
Traditional
Fantastic.
bourbon.
Does it taste
Traditional sour mash.
Does it taste like a traditional bourbon?
Let's see.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Oh, there's a bit of a drying thing going on there on the back end. Yeah.
Yeah, even on the palate, I feel like it's more in that floral range.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not a caramel bomb. It's not vanilla bomb.
Bit corny.
It is kind of corny. Can of corn.
Is it? I mean, am I just making that up? It feels sweet corn to me.
Yeah, and I get a really good barrel toast too.
Mm-hmm.
But that drying note, I feel like that's usually prevalent in a lot of Heaven Hill stuff.
Agreed.
And I think it also is very specifically to Mellow Corn.
Yeah.
Which is
maybe,
a lot of corn.
And maybe that's why it's reminding me of that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I totally get it too. Like it is drying
Now that you say that,
towards the end.
we just had that Heaven Hill bottle and bond a couple weeks ago, and this really reminds me of that. It's fantastic, though.
Yeah.
You said 86?
86.
Yeah. Not bad.
For an 86, like, I mean, it's got a good pop.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of complexity there, and I'm not ashamed by it.
Yeah, no, I get enough. I don't think it's one note.
Yeah.
I get the floral sweetness off the front end, and then I get a good barrel toast in the back end.
Yeah, that's becoming more prominent.
That's enough of a journey.
Yeah,
like for an easy pour.
Initially, I didn't get that barrel you're talking about, but now that I'm in it, yeah, it's definitely like just slight toasty charry notes.
Yeah, like the sweetness is not like, yep, that's caramel or vanilla.
Yeah,
it is just kind of generic sugar marshmallow.
Yeah,
kind of sweetness.
Yeah,
maybe a touch of brown sugar.
Yeah, that brown sugary florally note just on the exhale. It's like, oh, there it is. Oh, okay. But still, that drying quality, I think, is what stands out to me. All right. Yeah, that was great.
Yep. Nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Price range. Can you give me a price range of the Michter's one? Or the Michter's Sour Mash?
It's like $40.
Okay. Shanks.
About $100.
Whoa.
I mean, it's allocated.
Okay. And the reason I asked you, normally I don't want to know the price because of our episode a couple weeks ago, but I want to know that going into this because I'm looking, is this an uptick?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, again, we've said this many a time.
Yep.
A lot of that is going to be rarity.
Sure.
For the 2025 release, there were 2,694 bottles.
Versus like the 500,000 of...
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the key component is just the rarity of it.
Do you remember when you got this, were there other bottles or like there was this one?
There might have been a couple.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
it's not like there were like 6.
A case or... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they had 1 or 2.
I'm going to nose it.
Okay.
Interesting.
I get some differences.
It's softer.
This one to me is more honey and red berries.
Oh, yeah, that's totally right.
Raspberries, maybe.
Yeah, it definitely, the honey note is
Sugared
definitely there.
Strawberries.
Yeah, it's not corny at all. Like I'm not getting any cream corn on the nose of the sour mash. It was like cream corn and sugar. I'm not getting any cream corn. I get honey.
This one's, I feel like, brighter.
For sure, brighter. Man, that's...
I go back to the other one now, and I get a decent dash of cinnamon
Oh.
on the nose.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little more rye in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go back to the nose. It's softer. It's not as rugged.
Yeah, and it seems like maybe creamy?
Creamy, but not cream corn.
Right, yeah. No, like creamy like an Irish whiskey cream.
Yeah, there you go.
Like it might be viscousy.
All right, shall we?
Okay.
Yeah, there's some differences for sure.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah, it is. I would not even say these two things are the same. I wasn't going to say distillate, but like it's clear that there are differences here.
Yeah.
It is not one thing. It's the same thing, just at a slightly higher proof and in a different bottle. Right. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, almost to the point where like not even sure like they're related.
I'm going to say that this mash bill is different. Mm-hmm. Like I would be shocked if it wasn't, just because of how much more well-rounded and balanced the Shanks is.
Yeah, I get like a tartness in the Shanks that I'm again like attributing to like honeyed berries.
Yeah.
And I think it is more viscousy. And it doesn't have that same drying.
No, that drying effect is gone.
Yeah.
And this is more, it's more claggy, it's a little more oily, it's got a lot more body to it.
And a very subtle barrel at the end.
Yep.
But like really subtle. Definitely more prominent on the regular sour mash.
Agreed. Like I if I'm thinking like char level, this is like a light toast. I mean, I'm sure it's not because you want all those flavors, but like feels like a lighter toast versus the sour mash, which just feels like a little more dark, a little heavier, maybe even a refilled barrel. Who knows?
Go back and sip the other one.
Oh, that's punchy. It's a little garbagey.
To me, it washes it out.
Really?
Yeah, like to me, it's almost like I'm not getting anything out of it anymore.
Oh no, I would say like it's the regular sour mash is no good compared to that. Like going back to the Shanks, you're like, oh
yeah. Like for me to go back to the regular sour mash, it's like I added half a glass of water to it.
Yeah,
it's like completely washed out and it's lost all of its flavor and there's nothing reminiscent of what it was before.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think for me, it's all of the unrefined notes in the regular sour mash become like prominent. And so like, yes, it becomes more watery. It becomes like just all the notes that I do get are like, oh, and I really liked it going into it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So Shanks wins.
Yeah. I think that's discernibly better.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like, would I pay $100 for it? Probably not.
No.
But it is definitively a better product.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah.
I think we're at a point that we can separate, in as much as we can, separate price from the liquid. And I would absolutely be willing to say, like, even if they were the same price, the Shanks is better.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you could get either or for the same price, you're like, yeah, I'd rather have the Shanks.
Yeah, me too. It feels more balanced. It feels more well refined. It feels lighter and softer.
Yeah.
And because of that, it becomes a better whiskey.
For me, neither of these would be like my preferred whiskey style, I suppose.
I agree completely.
Like they're very safe.
Yep.
And they're very friendly.
Yep.
But they're not very neither is very complex.
Not at all.
And they're just kind of
you get three notes.
Yeah, and they're subtle.
Yes.
Not a punch
in
any direction.
I'm not disappointed by it, just in terms of like I want an easy pour, but rarely am I impressed by an easy pour. Sometimes like I just want something.
Right.
I don't want to be challenged. I don't want something, or I just want something that's safe.
Yeah. Well, and like to me, unfortunately, like I think it's like both of these to me would be like I think they would do well in a cocktail.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
But like as a neat pour, they're fine. But like I want my neat pours to have a bit more substance. If you just mix this with juice,
sure,
it's going to do fine with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, not in a cocktail where you're trying to feature the thing.
Sure. Like this is going to be something that can be blended and commingled with something well.
And still stand up to it.
Yep.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's not what this is going to do.
I see what you're saying.
It'd just be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to have like some apple juice and bourbon, some ginger ale and bourbon.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like it would be great for that.
Sure.
Because it doesn't have spiky flavors that are going to stick out.
Right.
And be dominant in any way. It's just going to be like, oh yeah, no, that fits perfectly with that ginger ale. That fits perfectly with that apple juice.
Agreed. I agree.
And for that, I don't know that I'd ever repurchase.
I was gonna say, is this your? Oh, I just went back to the sour mash and it gave me an apple juice note. I think because you said apple juice.
I've influenced you.
Wow, like man, apple juice.
I got my juice box, which ever since Colorado,
has
been my kind of like, if I don't really want to think about it, apple juice and bourbon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because of man, what was that? The Bill Cody. What was it called?
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill. Yeah.
Apple juice and bourbon. Nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I drink it all the time. Give me some nice Martinelli's apple juice.
Oh, blub, 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 blub. Fancy boy.
Yeah. A little bourbon. Blub, 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 blub.
Yeah.
A little stir with my finger. Good to go.
Ice?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Nah. Room temp.
Yeah. No, I do that because then I'll drink it down half and then I'll go get some more bourbon.
Fancy boy.
More apple juice? Nah. No, that second one's a kicker.
I ease into my night and then I go
and then I just go like full tilt. That's what I did last night.
I take that Everglades crunch and I'm like, here we go, boys.
Nah, that'll fuck you up. A little bit of this, a little bit of 90 proof. A little bit of 90 proof. Set you right.
A little bit of that light whiskey at
Jesus Christ.
109,000 proof.
Oh god. 146.2.
It's 20 years old though.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right, Kyle, now that we've got two great pours.
Yeah, two lovely whiskey pours.
Pours. What would you like to talk about this week?
I don't know if I imagine we're on similar algorithms on
Probably.
social media, but like a thing that I've seen dominate mine over the past few days is the conversation about the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Oh, dude. Yes, we are on similar algorithms because it is everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere, and everybody has such a strong take on it.
Yeah.
Either it's the best movie ever or the absolute worst movie ever.
Yeah, it is super it's a kids movie and it's super polarizing.
Yeah, and
at least in the social media sphere that we're somehow a part of.
And I'm really interested in the conversation. I'm
Me
not
too.
interested at all in the movie.
No.
Like I haven't
I'm
seen
sure
the movie.
I'm sure I'll see it at some point. I don't know
if I will. Like I haven't watched Super Mario since it came out. Like I went to the theater to see that one.
Oh, did you?
I was very excited to see that movie.
Yeah. I remember.
And then
I did not.
This one, I'm not, and I haven't rewatched it since it came out to streaming.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out on streaming, and that was good.
Yeah,
I watched it once. I was like, yeah, that was cool.
Did the job.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think Carol and I watched it, and we were both like, yeah, that exists.
Like, I think I would love it more
if you were 5.
if they just had the right voice.
I don't disagree. Like, I think Chris Pratt did fine.
Yeah, it's fine for what it is, but it's just, that's not Mario.
Yeah.
It needs to sound like Mario.
I think they played it as well as they could. No, you could have done it better.
I think it would have been better. I think it would have been better with the OG voice. I wish that guy would have got his due.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, so I don't.
Yeah, the conversation is that you've got one stance that is this movie has no no substance to it whatsoever. Story, narratively, morally, like there's nothing in this movie. It's just junk food for your eyes.
Yep.
It's beautiful to look at. I think everybody kind of agrees that like it is a pretty movie to look at. But just story-wise, there's nothing there. There's nothing interesting, and it's just bland.
There's no moral. There's no morality. There's no lesson. There's nothing to be taken away from it.
Yeah. And then the other take is that, and that's the negative side.
Correct.
People don't like it because it doesn't have anything
generally, yes,
grand to say, or no quote unquote Pixar style moral lesson to learn.
Right.
And then on the other side is absolute praise for the movie because of the exact same reasoning.
Yep.
That because it doesn't have anything like that, and it is just eye candy, that it is refreshing and enjoyable because of that.
Yeah.
And I think it's so bizarre. Like, one, just how passionately people are on either side of this space.
Yeah.
But just that it is so engaging in that way.
So here's what I've noticed about this polar opposites.
Yeah.
Is that people who are, and this, I don't think it stands true like 100% of the time, but people who are on the side of like, man, this movie sucks because it has no substance, generally are a little older. They're in their, maybe mid to late 40s. And they grew up with Don Bluth. They grew up with Pixar, early Pixar. They grew up with, their kids, if they have kids, like their kids have grown up with these movies that have that substance. And it seems to me that the people who are on the, like, it's just a good time, like stop trying to make it something other than that, tend to be a little younger. Maybe in their mid to late 20s. They have younger kids in their, that 5 to 7 range, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I find myself kind of squarely in the middle, and I see both sides.
Right.
Where like, does everything that we consume, does it need to have a point?
Right.
And like, this is in some ways, like for me, that's also like the things that I read. Like I generally read a very wide range of things. And I'm always looking for like, what's the lesson? What is the takeaway? And I know we've had this conversation of like, sometimes the takeaway is just like, there is no takeaway, but like the thing just is.
Yeah.
Like
no, just you working through the thing is kind of the takeaway.
Right. And so in some ways, like you can kind of like put your own idea into it.
Right.
But also like, if we're creating media for, let's be honest, this is a kid's movie, that there should be something to take away from it. And I see that side too, because, especially a young kid, just developmentally, like they're consuming all of these things.
Right.
And like they consume so much media junk food. I mean, like hell, CoComeloned exists. And I don't know
Sure.
if you know, have you ever seen a CoComeloned video?
No, I know like the little
My
jingle.
God. Oh,
but like I've never,
Dude.
I've never CoComeloned.
Do yourself a favor and watch like 30
Is it a
second-
favor?
I don't know. It's going to rewire your brain chemistry.
Yeah.
But, because there's so much media junk food, I absolutely understand the like, I don't know, maybe should our larger media have something to say?
Right. Yeah. I guess that's more like the question is, or it's a question, is like, should Nintendo feel responsible in this moment where they know this movie's going to make
$1 billion.
$1 billion bucks? You're going to get a lot of eyes on this. Do they have any kind of a moral stake in putting that into their movie?
Yeah.
With their character? Because like I think the interesting thing is like that's never been Mario.
No.
Like I mean that's not like true to Mario.
There's no political statement in Mario. There's no moral statement in Mario other than like I'm fighting the bad guy.
Yeah, good versus evil, maybe. We don't know King Koopa's story. Like,
right.
I mean, no, it's within
maybe Mario is actually the bad guy.
Like, yeah, like it just depends on your perspective. If you're a Goomba, man, he just came and jumped on me and like squashed me.
Yeah, man,
I don't understand it.
Dang, I was just like,
what a dick. What a dick.
You didn't go there. I'm like, man, opportunity missed, and then you went there.
So that was never intrinsically a part of it,
right?
At least from the onset, So, is there any need to add that in, or can you just is there something wrong with just making a lighthearted, entertaining thing that parents and kids can watch together and enjoy?
As somebody who like thinks about written creative pursuits, movies included, like I always kind of go back to like, is this thing in service of the story? Is this in service of the narrative? Because so often you have some things that are like, I'm trying to accomplish this agenda,
right,
and I fall short. Whereas if you have a story that's I'm trying to accomplish this narrative and I'm trying to get character A or I'm trying to get a character from point A to point B.
Right.
And like the trials and tribulations, like then that does say something.
Right.
I think that's where the true substance of story comes out. And so like if you're an individual who's looking for what is the moral in the lesson and you don't see it initially, of course it's flat.
Right.
But I agree with you. Like, is that the point of Mario? Is that like, do I need to go to a Mario movie and be like, man,
I was inspired.
What? Yeah, like Mario is totally against climate change. Right. You know, like I don't think. And okay, first of all, if that is your moral
have y'all looked
barometer,
at your mushrooms, there's something fucked up about your. How are they that big? Like something is wrong here, guys. Like there's some toxicity getting into your system.
First of all, come on. Like if you're going to a Mario movie and that is your moral compass.
No, that's nobody's objective. Nobody's going to
that's
that
what
movie
I'm saying.
Looking for that.
But they are. They're like, you're looking for some sort of morality out of this or some sort of lesson.
I see what you're saying, but I think in that instance, you're going to a movie,
right?
Expecting.
No. You're going to a Mario movie.
Yeah.
Expecting a lesson.
But it's a you're going to a blockbuster. Like you're going to an event movie.
Yeah.
It's almost the expectation. I think where the confusion or the argument is coming from is that you're going to the cinema. You're paying a lot of money to see this movie.
Sure.
And you're wanting to have that exchange be fulfilled. And I think because we did, over the years we've been kind of lucky to have had so many experiences with animated movies specifically.
Yeah.
Where like this is a kid's movie, but God damn it, Pixar, you gave me another one that's like got me crying or has really got me thinking about stuff. To where like that's even Shrek, like even a lot of the almost every Shrek movie has like some sort of a meaning to it. That's just what we've come to expect. Right. So when a major animated movie that is going to be probably the biggest animated movie of the year, when it doesn't give you anything, I think there is some sort of a like, whoa. Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
I think that also says a lot about us that like we're looking for that media that is giving us some sort of like lesson. And I'm not saying like stories, that's what they do. Like that's what we gravitate towards stories for.
Right.
And this goes for, I'm going to say it goes for all religions as well. Like they're based around stories. In terms of like this person did this or these things did this. And so like we learn through story.
Guy built a boat.
Well, like,
and he went and got one of two of every app.
Like but seriously, like that's what every major religion is founded upon.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, don't misunderstand me. I'm not equating Mario to religion. That's not what I'm saying.
Go to the church of Mario.
I'm not saying that, but I am saying like we are animals that like love stories.
Yeah.
And so in some ways, like we're conditioned to find that narrative but like, we've been gifted, I guess, in some ways, like great stories where like that does happen.
Right.
But also there's a ton of movies out there that don't do that.
Yeah.
That like are schlocky and like, so I do see yes, you're right. This is going to make $1 billion. Millions of people are going to see this movie. But like, if that's where we're getting our moral lessons and that's what you're expecting to go to a Mario movie to get some sort of morality and moral lesson, I think that might say more about you as the individual than it does about the Mario movie. Because like,
is Mario a hero?
Oh, he does save the princess.
Yeah. Like, so wouldn't you like, I haven't seen the movie.
Sure.
And I think that's kind of like, that's going to be where my final take on this is.
Yeah.
But is Mario the hero? Should you at least expect some sort of hero's journey? Would you say that was that the first movie?
Yeah, because he does start off like I'm just a plumber.
It's a little bit of both.
Sure,
I suppose it was Hero's Journey and Stranger Comes to Town.
Yeah,
because I'm sure this one's probably the same thing.
I'm just a plumber, and then I'm thrust into this world of like, what?
Yeah,
this world exists. What?
Because Bowser came to town,
right?
And we got to stop him. And I'm sure this one probably follows a similar structure.
Again, at its root, Mario is what? Good versus evil. Done. How does good overcome evil? It's not all these like wrestling with deep philosophical morality and kind of all of this.
If Nintendo doesn't want it to be that,
Right.
then sure. As their creation, if they're not looking to give it that meaning behind it, then sure, then that doesn't need to have that.
As someone who's played a lot of Mario games and in recent Mario games, Galaxy and things like that, like there's no like, okay, Mario, you've got 13 mushroom people over here and 2 Goombas, and a trolley's going to come and wreck both of them. Who are you going to save? Like there's no Mario trolley problem. You know, like that's what I'm saying.
I mean, what, you know, like you did play Odyssey.
Yeah, I did.
Like, I mean, there is a bit of like, you know, like they come down, they take over a space. You've got to remove them from the space to protect the citizens of
Sure.
Upside Down Pyramid Land.
Right.
And it's like your responsibility to do that.
Because I'm the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. But these things are the evil things because we've set that up that way.
Right.
Not because like
We
now,
understand the backstory.
Right. Like, do I have to wrestle with like, well,
But even those, like, they have a narrative
oh, sure.
that you're playing out.
Yeah, but it's not like you don't wrestle with the idea of like, so these things are actually not evil. They're just trying to make their way in the universe as well. And like, yes, I'm kicking them out of the thing, but like, no, it's like this thing is evil to us. And like, so the morality is relatively simple.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't begrudge anyone's like taste of the movie, but like,
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm getting to of like, if Nintendo doesn't want it to
Exactly.
be more than that,
exactly.
then that's fine.
It's a pretty kids
And
movie.
then society will then decide with their dollars if that's enough for them.
Right.
We said it before the pod. Like, I saw the first one.
Yeah.
And I've had no interest to see the new one. Like,
No.
as much as I love Mario.
Yeah.
Like, Mario cuts deep with me.
Sure.
But like,
You and Mario, you go way back.
we do. We go back to fat crayons. But even beyond that, like, I haven't been at all like intrigued by any of the trailers, and the first movie, as enjoyable as it was not enough for me to go, I'm going to go buy a ticket to see this other one. Like, just hasn't done that for me.
Right.
And so that's enough for me to be like, I've gotten what I need out of this. So if you did want me to spend my dollar into it, I was going to need something more.
Yeah.
There's going to need to be some other, and I think you could only do that narratively, that would make it an intrigue. Oh, I want to see how that plays out. You know?
I do.
And I think society as a whole is gonna
Sure.
say with their dollar bill,
Sure.
of, yep, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't need anything more.
Give me the popcorn.
Or they'll be like, yeah, that was kind of bland, and I don't need to see the next one.
Sure. And I think
So,
like
like, they'll decide
you've
that.
seen plenty of things like that. I mean, like, you know, Pixar has gone through stuff like that where it's like, well, that one didn't land. You know, and you have Disney who's gone through, like every major studio has gone through that of like, well, that one didn't work, but this one did. And so I don't know. I think my final take is this. Christopher Nolan is not making animated movies. If you want that like hard hitting, like here's a lesson, here's things to wrestle with, wait till Christopher Nolan makes an animated movie. It's a kid's movie that happens to be about Mario, and it's going to be simple. And maybe that's enough.
Yeah, but Finding Nemo is as complex emotionally as any Christopher Nolan movie.
I don't disagree with that either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's fair to say like, wait till Christopher Nolan does it.
Well, I don't
Like,
want
they're
Chris. I don't
out
want.
there.
I want to be. I
Those
want to be
Don
clear.
Bluth movies.
That's what I'm saying.
Are
Like,
incredibly.
I
like,
do
you know,
not. I don't want Christopher Nolan to make a.
I'm not saying that that's what you're saying. I'm saying like the complexity's already there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you know, it's not that we need to wait for him to do it.
It's already there.
It's already there.
So like, let this thing be the thing.
And
That's
and so
what I'm
like,
saying.
and it's just if that's all that Nintendo wants for their movie,
Exactly.
then that's all it needs to be.
If you want the hard hitting morality, do yourself a favor. Just pop in that VHS of All Dogs Go to Heaven and have yourself a good time. Have you seen Land Before? Not Land Before Time. Land Before Time? Is that where Little Fit's mother? Have you seen Land Before Time? Have you seen Feifel Goes West? Have you seen An American Tail? Have you seen Wall-E? Those things already exist. And so like, it's totally cool. Watch Mario defeat some sort of, King Koopa in the galaxy, and let the thing be the thing. That's my final take, having not seen the movie.
Yeah.
That's where I am. Let it be. It's a kids movie. If it has some sort of like deeper morality, cool. If it doesn't, it's a beautiful kids movie, and time will tell. It will come out in the wash.
It will come out in the wash. Like it'll figure itself out.
Correct.
But I'm going to go on the other side of the poll.
Do it.
I'm going to say strive to make your
be better
$1 billion movie more impactful.
God, I see that side too.
Yeah. I mean, I see your side too.
I know you do.
But
well, on that note, you got anything else?
I've got one power up left.
Yeah? Which kind of mushroom is it?
It's the flower power.
Oh,
yeah.
Little fireball thing?
Little fireball action.
Yeah, I'm for that.
Yeah.
Like we're already big.
Yeah.
So like
or cape.
Ooh.
Cape is always useful.
Cape is good too. I like propeller hat. That's my favorite.
Never played a game with it.
Oh, really? You played Odyssey? Odyssey's got propeller hat. You didn't play Odyssey?
I did play Odyssey.
Odyssey's got propeller hat, right? No, maybe that's...
I don't think so.
Maybe that's Wonder. That might be Wonder.
Yeah, I played a lot of Wonder. I need to go back and because it just had an expansion.
Yeah, I saw that for Switch 2 though.
Oh, is it only for 2?
Yeah, we're not that fancy.
Never mind.
Yeah, we need more subscribers for that.
Although they're gonna do that Ocarina of Time.
I know. I saw that. Oh,
and not just like we're putting a facade on it. Like we're redoing the game. Like
it's still gonna be confusing as hell though.
Oh
yeah,
I bet they if they're redoing the game,
you think they're gonna make it less confusing?
Surely to goodness they're gonna
at least
make it a little bit more user friendly.
I hope so. What do you think about the Shanks or the Michter's Sour Mash?
Yeah, or what's your favorite Michter's bottle?
It's the rye.
Is it the rye? Is it the 10-year? We had that Michter's 10-year.
We did have the Michter's 10.
Featured that on a podcast.
Yeah, I think it's the rye.
Back in the day.
That's just me. Right now, having not had it in years.
Did we feature that? Surely we did.
I don't know.
Anyway.
And we also love to know, where do you fall on this Mario Galaxy movie debate?
Yeah. Which side of that pole you sliding down?
Yeah. They're both greasy.
The princess.
They're both greasy.
Oh, yeah.
And you can slide.
Yeah, they fast. And if you get the top of the pole, you get a 1-up.
Right.
Gotta get the tip.
You can get in touch with us through email. It's drepandstone@gmail.com. You can also get in touch with us through social media.
It's always one word, Drep and Stone. DREP and Stone. Find it, like it, 1-up it, coin it, grab a Yoshi and eat it. Yoink.
There it is. And we'd also love it if you support the podcast. You can do so through our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/DrepandStone. That's the financial way. If you'd like a free way to support the podcast, you can tell someone about Drep and Stone. We mentioned that at the top of the episode. And finally, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
You can rate Drep and Stone wherever it is you find great podcasts like this one.
Even bad ones.
Sure.
Just wherever you find podcasts.
Yeah, they're there, but don't listen to those. Listen to the good ones like us.
Well, yeah, and rate us.
Exactly.
So that we're not a bad one.
Well, correct.
Rate us like a good one.
Correct. Even if you don't think we are. But you're listening and you made it through this far in the episode. Do you think we are?
Yeah.
Probably.
Just do the thing.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
May your glass overflow.
And your ass never show. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.